Luke Combs was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. He ended up here in the mountains of Asheville at the age of 8. He enjoyed playing football, and guess what? We're walking around the neighborhood that he used to live in, so we can imagine him playing football in some of these yards with his neighbors.
Right there, did he play? Right there, did he play? That we don't know, but it's quite possible. We've got an exciting video for you all today. Luke Combs, one of our favorite country artists, probably one of your favorite country artists. We've got his childhood home. We're gonna go right down there here in just a moment. We've got where he lived while he was in college. We've got the bar he kind of honed his craft at, where he first started playing shows. We've got, what else we got? His high school, his college. We got it all. And we cordially invite you to come along for the adventure.
Come along. We are now on the exact street where Luke Combs' former house is. You can see this beautiful view of the mountains right here.
Just gorgeous up here. He moved here with his parents. Heather told you earlier, he was 8 years old at the time. Now the thing that blows my mind about this is that he probably never played a guitar in this house. The man didn't start playing guitar until he was 21 years old. He also wasn't listening to country music in his house. He says that his parents kind of gave up on country music when they moved here, and for about 10 years, Luke didn't listen to much country music. He said it was during his freshman year of college at Appalachian State where he started listening to country music. And of course, he also picked up that guitar, started playing, and the rest, as they say, is history. But we're gonna go through some of that history in this video because it's very interesting to follow kind of what he did, how he got there, how hard he had to work to get where he got. He got there kind of quick, especially for a music star, but it did take a lot of work and effort. Now, his dad and mom, they weren't very well off growing up. They may still live here to this day. We're not 100% sure. Actually, some work is being done on the house. We're gonna flip around and show it to you right now. Here we go. Here is the Combs family home right there, and the yard right through here. Now, we're gonna walk down and get a better view from the end. There's a nice looking garden down there. Obviously, there's a lot of work being done. We're not sure if they're moving out or if they're just having it redone. It seems like they might be just having it redone. They still got fall decorations up on the mailbox and up there around the house as well.
Over here is Luke's parents' garden. Then over here is a storage pod, and behind it is a garage, then the modest brick house. Not sure how far down the property goes, but it looks like a rather large piece of property. Here's a better view of the front porch area of the house. Looks like a peaceful place to relax. So the craziest thing just happened.
Very exciting.
As we were there, Luke Combs' father actually showed up. So we were like, he was so friendly and he waved, we waved, but we're like, let's just get out of here and not impose on his personal space.
Heather wanted to go down there and talk to him, which, I don't know, maybe that, I don't know, he seemed really nice, waved, was smiling, and we were standing literally right in front of his house. As a matter of fact, we had to step onto his property to get out of his way when he drove by and pulled in. So obviously, they do still live there, and they're having some work done to redo the house a little bit. It's a very nice little house. They obviously like it a lot because I'm sure they could go somewhere else. But we also read that they are retired now. How did that happen, Miss Heather? How did they retire younger than they were planning to?
Well, Luke Combs, he helped them out with their retirement. He said for all the years of their love and support for him, that is what he wanted to do for them, is help them retire.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. He got both of them to retire. Now, they weren't well off. His dad was some kind of maintenance worker at a college. His mom, Luke said, worked 2 jobs, and she was very busy trying to provide for the family. He said they never went above their means. They were very careful, and they taught him lessons about money. So they were not going to retire because they had a few more bills to pay. Luke met with his manager. He set it all up, pay off all these bills, get these guys into retirement. One reason why he did that is because he wanted his parents to be able to come out and see the shows. They were coming to less and less shows because they had a job, they had to work. They couldn't come see him perform. Luke wanted them at the shows. Sure enough, he sent them off into blissful retirement, and his dad sure looks happy today in retirement.
Very happy.
All right, we're off to our next couple stops, and we're excited to show you some more amazing Luke Combs locations. Come along.
Come on. We are standing in front of A.C. Reynolds High School. What's really cool about this school is that 2 professional country singers played on that field right there between 2000 and 2008.
That's right, that football field right down there. At one point, Chase Rice played there in the early 2000s. He graduated in 2004. After that, from 2004 to 2008, that's the field that Luke Combs put on his helmet, put on the pads, and got out there and played a little football. He was a 6'1", 260-pound lineman his senior year of high school. And like we said, he graduated right here in 2008. Now, we were talking about earlier, he didn't pick up his guitar till he was 21 years old, but he did do some singing. That's where he honed his craft, was right in here at this school. He was in the chorus. He also got to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York during his high school years. That was one of his favorite music moments of his life. Look how beautiful it is up here in the mountains of Asheville. What a beautiful setting to go to school at, sit and relax, play a little football, do a little singing. He also played rugby. I think that was in college. I don't know if he played rugby in high school. Anyway, we're going to show you his college in just a little bit, but right now we have something very exciting. We're going to take you over to Boone, North Carolina. This is where he went to school at Appalachian State. Also, there is an apartment that Luke Combs used to live at above a bar that he used to perform at. We're going to show it all to you right now. Come on, let's go. One more look at these beautiful mountains.
Check it out. We are at a really cool place that has to do with where Luke is today with all of his fame. He actually used to be a bouncer at that bar right there, and he lived in an apartment up above over here.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a strip mall right here with apartments up above it. This used to be a Domino's. In the middle was a tanning salon, and then at the end was a place called Town Tavern. It's not called Town Tavern anymore, but that's where he worked as a bouncer. He lived, I think, in that apartment right up there. It was between these two white signs. We're gonna go around back and see if we can figure out the exact apartment. What am I saying? Apartment that he lived at. So let's walk in that direction. Now, when it was these three stores, the bar was not allowed to have music there. It was part of the deal with the lease because the owner of the building was making more money from the apartments than he was from these downstairs. So they weren't allowed to have live music. So Luke said, well, I want to play here anyway. And the guy's like, I can't have live music because people live upstairs. And Luke said, well, conveniently enough, I live upstairs. I'm one of the residents up there, and I know all of them. They're going to let me play. It'll be fine. They'll come down and watch the show. The guy said, well, I still can't do it because it's against my lease. So what Luke did was he went down and played a show at another bar down the street, which we have found, and we're going to go down there next. He got 200 people that night. He came back over here and talked to the owner of this bar, and he said, I got 200 people on a Wednesday night. And the guy was like, all right, fine, you can play here. And sure enough, he started playing here all the time. Luke said pretty much every single day. Now, he was in apartment number 3 here. We're about to come up to Luke Combs' former apartment right now. What's the matter back there? You okay?
Yeah. Just a little awkward sometimes.
Number 3.
Should we knock? No.
This is the apartment Luke Combs lived in right here above the bar. Crazy is that?
Look over this balcony right here.
This is the balcony he stood on, probably performed songs on for his neighbors before going downstairs. Think about what songs were written inside this little apartment right here. Crazy.
In 2014, Luke packed up all of his belongings from his little apartment, placed them in his junky little car, and took off for Nashville. He wrote the song Hurricane just 3 months later. I decided I'm going to take a challenge. I'm going to walk inside the bar with the camera and look like an idiot. Ha ha! Let's do it. And here it is, the inside of what used to be Town Tavern, where Luke played many of his earliest shows. We are now at Lily's, which used to be known as the Parthenon.
This is that bar right down the street. You can almost see the bar, and Luke comes on apartment from here. Actually, it's not far at all, about a 5-minute walk. This is where Luke came down and played that show on a Wednesday night, got 200 people, then went back to his boss at the other bar and said, look, I got 200 people down there. So we got cars coming.
Woo!
We don't need to get run over here.
I'm gonna slap over.
So anyway, this is where that show took place. 200 people on Wednesday night for his first show ever. He was a friendly guy and knew a lot of people and got a lot of people to come out. Plus, his music was just good. The guy's got that amazing voice, and then I love his lyrics. The way that he twists words around. He does that in many songs. Houston, We Got a Problem is an interesting song where he uses some twisted word plays.
When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours, of course, is the most classic example of that because everybody looks at that as a negative thing. When it rains, it pours, things just get worse and worse. But with him, he twisted it around and made it something very positive. When it rains, it pours.
Luke came back here to play several times during his college years.
The reason why Luke Combs moved here is because he had plans to attend college, which he did.
Right here at Appalachian State University. We're going to head over there next. Now, when he was here, he was studying criminal justice. He wanted to be a homicide detective. That was his plan. And the reason for that is because he likes putting the puzzle pieces together. He said, you put the puzzle pieces together and solve the murder. He says the same in songwriting, except you don't have any puzzle pieces. You create the puzzle pieces with your lyrics and with the music and all that, and then you got to put it all together. And that's what he enjoys so much about songwriting. Something obviously he also enjoyed when it came to criminal justice. But he didn't quite get done with that degree. As a matter of fact, I think he only had 21 hours left of college. So less than 1 year left when he said, I'm done with it. Turned out to be the right decision, but that's not the best advice for us normal folks, I don't guess.
No, you have to be pretty talented to do that.
That's right. All right, let's get on over to the college and show that to you. And also, we're going to tell you who else attended that college. Someone else that's pretty famous. Come on.
Stay tuned. We are now at Appalachian State University, and this is where Luke Combs used to go to school. But you want to know something that's even cooler? Someone else used to go to school here.
Eric Church also attended school here. It might not mean much to you, but it does to me. They, of course, put that hit song out together. Luke Combs said in an interview I read from several years back that he'd love to meet Eric Church one day. Sure enough, they've got a song, a #1 hit song. Matter of fact, Luke Combs, his first 9 singles, get this is mind-blowing. His first 9 singles all went to #1 on the country charts. Also, his first album, spent 50 weeks on top of the country charts. That is a record for male country singers of all time. Shania Twain tied him, or he tied Shania Twain actually, for the record for anyone. So this is where he attended school. He played rugby here, played football here, I think, too. Appalachian State University.
And I want to mention one more thing
Sure.
here, is that the last biggest thing besides Luke Combs was Johnny Cash. How, someone else to be compared to Johnny Cash? That's huge.
That's right. He had a record that he tied Johnny Cash on. I think it was having 5 songs on the top 25 country chart at the same time. He tied Johnny Cash for that record. So he's tied and beaten all kinds of records. In my opinion, he's going to go on to be like the Garth Brooks of country music. He's going to be huge. He's already huge, but he's going to be huger. He's going to just be massive.
Explode
Boom. One day because of the fact that he has it all. He's got the lyrics. He's an amazing writer. He co-writes all of his songs. He's got the voice. He's got the band. The songs just kind of drive, and it's amazing. We've seen him live 4 times now, I think. Something else cool about Luke Combs, before we let go of this story, is that he is very good about giving money. I think it was Camp Sunshine that he gave money to. Heather and I were actually at the concert. It was in Atlanta back in July of 2017. Now Luke's manager told him, we got to start charging for these meet and greets. And Luke's like, I don't want to take people's money for that. So what he did was he went ahead and charged. I think it was $49 a person. You got to meet Luke, to have your picture made and all that. But Luke didn't put any of that money in his own pocket. Now you got to think he wasn't too huge yet at the time. So it's not like he was one of these really rich guys and the money's not important to him. Money was still pretty important to him, but he took all that money and gave a donation to Camp Sunshine. They help kids that are having some major issues physically. So he gave over $22,000 that he had raised, all the money that he raised from his meet and greets. Also, when Hurricane came out, he gave $10,000 to Franklin Graham's organization. It's called Samaritan's Purse. So the guy gives a lot of money. He's done some more recent giving. You can look online and see into that, which I think that's very cool that Luke does that.
He's such a genuine person. That's what we love about him. He just keeps his natural old self and doesn't let the fame destroy him and his reputation for loving people and caring for everyone.
That's right. And that face says it all.
I kind of just mentioned the same thing twice, but in a different manner. But
Let's get out of this video. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you can come along with us on future adventures.
come along.